Hey, what's up, my friends? My name's iirix. Today I'm reviewing Breakneck Rider. 1 red for a 3/3 human scout werewolf. I kind of like it already because it's on par. 3 mana for a 3/3. At the beginning of each upkeep, if no spells are cast, transform it the standard for werewolves. The flip side is Neckbreaker. It's a 4/3 werewolf. Attacking creatures you control get +1/+0 and have trample. Then the standard of if 2 or more spells are cast by a player, flip it back over. You know, typical werewolf stuff. I like this card a lot. I've only seen it in draft. I've heard of a couple people that I don't really talk to at my local game store playing werewolves, but I haven't seen it in action, so I don't want to speak too highly of it. I also don't want to speak too poorly of it. But draft, this thing can get scary fast. I have played against people, they draft this, they also draft iirix Bandit, and it gets so damn scary. Because it doesn't have to attack to trigger that battle cry type ability. Attacking creatures, it just has to sit there. So if you played it and then, you know, it gets flipped right away by iirix Bandit, it obviously can't attack, but, you know, it can still do something and it's still relevant. I like it a lot because of that. One of the things I don't like about it, though, is that it's 1 red, and I think werewolves, yes, it's red-green, but I feel it's a little bit heavier on the green side because your red removal is just going to be burn, and I feel that this set has a lot of good green removal for the werewolves. You know, the first one I'm thinking of is not specific to werewolves, but it is flavorful to werewolves, and that is the biting card. What is it? What was it called? Rabid Bite. That's it. Rabid Bite, and that one deals target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature you don't control, but it's flavorful at being Rabid Bite. There is Moonlight Hunt, where it only works for wolves and werewolves, but that is also an instant. It's an uncommon, so you're not going to get that one as often. But, you know, I think that a werewolf deck is going to be a little heavier on green. Pack Guardian is one of my favorite green ones out of the set. Now looking at rares for draft, of course. But that doesn't make this one a bad card. It just makes it... I don't feel red is as heavy as green is in your average werewolf deck. I could be wrong on that, though. Mine turned out more green than red, so that's me. I will admit that's my deck. I'm not doing research on it. If yours is heavier red, that's cool. I'm not saying it's wrong. For draft, I'm going to say it gets a 3. It's not a bad card. I do like it a lot. In draft, if you happen to be playing 3 colors, I don't know why you'd be playing a 3-color werewolf, but if you do, that double red cost is something that I think would be a little bit troublesome. Could be. Not always going to be a problem, but it could be a problem. But flipping it over and then having, let's say, white to make those spirit tokens with Neckbreaker and, say, just 2 flying spirits, they're 2/1s. You know, that's powerful. And who says you have to play green for that? You could just play a red-white, and that would be so disgusting to go against. I would hate to have to deal with 2 or 3 2/1 flying spirits every turn, because that's just bad. That is so bad. For standard, it's a 2.5. I don't think you're going to see werewolves played too often, but it is something that could be played. I don't think it's top tier, mid-tier 2 maybe, because you have Scourge Wolf, 2 red for a 2/2 first strike, Delirium double strike. So there's that, and then there's the green removal, like I mentioned, and there's the synergy in all for werewolves and standard. I just don't see it being good enough that a lot of people are going to play it. Modern a 1.5 because if you want the battle cry thing, you don't get trample out of battle cry, but most people go signal pest for that kind of ability. And signal pest has a little bit of evasion. It might live better than Neckbreaker, but Neckbreaker doesn't have to attack, so you know your pros and cons. You can't have everything. EDH at 2 probably be a little bit better if we can maybe get a werewolf general going here. But for the time being, we just got to use any red-green, like Boborigmos or something. But not entirely a bad thing. But it does need to go in a werewolf deck. It's just, for me, I'd like to see it in a werewolf EDH. But you could put it in any EDH that has red. If you're trying to go and rush the opponent with tokens or whatever, goblins maybe. I'm sure somebody has a goblin EDH. But yeah, that's what I have to say about Breakneck Rider. And if you have a different opinion, let me know down below. If you like what I have to say, subscribe to the channel. You get those updates when I put out another one. I got a review going up every weekday. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see y'all next time.